Hello everybody, it's vanburman here. Welcome to my video discussing Fallout 76. Now I've just done my little vloggy type thing for the channel, so thought I would actually make impressions of how I thought the beta went. So I haven't got any footage of it because I didn't actually record any. I've played probably only about 4 hours of the beta, so take it with a pinch of salt. I think I only got up to level 7, 6 or 7, so very early on. But there's enough time there for me to realise some key aspects of how Bethesda are going about turning the Fallout world into an MMO, effectively. I wasn't terribly impressed with a lot of what I saw. There were obvious bugs and glitches, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, you expect a certain amount of that from Bethesda. But, for example, me and Joe just literally could not join a team together at all. It wasn't having it for various reasons. Tried coming out and going back in loads of times, but it wasn't to any avail. I think that's probably the most annoying thing I had. This is the same criticism I laid at the feet of the Elder Scrolls Online, and that is that everything feels light and fluffy, and nothing in the world seems to have any real impact like it does in single player. And I get that's because, you know, you have the multiple people on the same server, and it's all an instance of an instance, effectively. So the most egregious example of this is me and Joe cleared out a factory of ghouls, and while we were, you know, the usual thing to do is take out the bad guys, loot it, move on to your next target or warehouse, wherever. And while we were still looting it, we had the ghouls respawn back in. I've had that happen quite a few times. You know, the cooldown of the instance and the respawning of the enemies. So it sort of feels as though nothing you do has any impact on the world, which is a total juxtaposition when you think about the whole premise behind Fallout 76 is for you to go out and rebuild the world and make a difference. So that, for me, and I get why that's done. I get why that needs to happen. But at the same time, it takes away any feeling of accomplishment, real progression, or, you know, the fact that, I don't know, to a certain extent, I would probably be more than happy to have a co-op version of Fallout where, you know, it's you and another guy and you're playing the single player mission, something like that. That to me would be like proper ideal scenario type of things, rather than, you know, playing with a whole load of other people. But still, yes, that's my feelings. The first day of the beta as well probably has been well spoken about on YouTube, but that is, no one could get on. They made you re-download the whole 48.5 gigabytes or whatever it was of data to reinstall the game. And all of that is, well, pretty not unforgivable, but it was to be expected that something like that would occur, because that just happens every time a big game like that is launched. It's not right, and we shouldn't accept it, but that is what happened. And I've really struggled to actually try and, you know, figure out where I stand and where I feel on everything. And so far, my general impressions are pretty negative. So, yeah, not that it won't be good. I don't know. It's got too much MMO, not enough RPG, to a certain extent for me. Not enough actual meaning in the game. You know, the lack of NPCs. I get why the NPCs aren't in there, but, you know, it is telling. It is showing that they're not, and that, you know, you definitely feel a lot more detached from any potential story that is there. So, yeah, my thoughts on 76 so far. Like I say, only 4 hours in, had a very brief taste of the mechanics and everything else. Some of the stuff that it does well is exactly the same as what Fallout 4 did well. It does nothing better than that. And yeah, everything's very fluffy. Like, it doesn't really make any difference, which is exactly the way I described the Elder Scrolls back when that came out. Although, admittedly, this does feel a lot better than the Elder Scrolls, but not by a big enough margin where I think, yeah, I'm going to sink 100 hours into Fallout 76. If I do end up doing it, then fair enough. You know, I'll eat my words, but yeah, I just don't see it. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and yeah, feel free to disagree, agree with me, or whatever else, but I'm happy to give Fallout 76 a try when it is fully released now, and I'll try and be as open-minded as possible with it. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one. Ta for now.